As President Trump visits Florida and Georgia to tour the devastation left behind by Hurricane Michael, federal officials are on the ground working hard to bring relief to those hit the hardest. One America's Emerald Robinson spoke with HUD Secretary Ben Carson about the department's work with FEMA following Hurricanes Florence and Michael.
HUD is very involved in recovery efforts of hurricanes and disasters. Clearly, you're part of the long game.
Right.
We're hearing a lot about FEMA and the Department of Homeland Security right now with Hurricane Michael, but then you're really dealing right now with the aftermath of Hurricane Florence. Can you just talk about how those efforts are going in North Carolina and then how that will work when you move into Florida on Hurricane Michael?
Well, actually, you know, whenever we know that a natural disaster is approaching, we become involved immediately because we have to assess what the needs are of the people who are already in HUD programs are going to be. In many cases, it means, you know, finding acute places where they can be lodged because they're being displaced immediately by the storm. But also, we have to deal with the many people who have mortgages that are you know, insured through the FHA or through Ginnie Mae, and we have to be thinking about what can we do to improve their lives. That might mean, you know, making sure that we forestall any foreclosures that might be coming on, or you know, give some type of leniency in terms of loans that have been made. And we start doing that even before the storm starts and getting that information to that, because that's millions of Americans who are, you know, insured through our programs.
Right. How is the effort going in North Carolina?
It's going quite well. You know, we have multiple teams on the ground. They're working already. We have people already in the FEMA offices providing technical assistance, because a lot of this has to do with information. Are you informed? Do you know where you should go next? What should be your next step? And we have our people placed there so that even though we're primarily involved with the long term, we want people to be in the correct situation so that they can take advantage of those long-term benefits.
And I know something that you've personally been working on is trying to get those funds to these people who are affected much more quickly.
Right. And
that's been an issue.
That has been an issue. And one of the things that we're able to do, obviously, is to look at some of the overlapping regulatory barriers because, you know, it's just a natural tendency. We tend to put more and more regulations in place without getting rid of some of the other ones. So we're looking for ways to accelerate that, and we already have. I mean, when you look at last year's hurricane season, you know, all the appropriate designations and allocations have already been made. They weren't really due until December. So, you know, it really is speeding things up, but, you know, we're never satisfied. We still have a lot of work to do.
I think it seems with disasters, the less news about how the administration is doing is probably good news. Often the administration is hit very hard, even though you don't control the weather. How would you rate your response as a member of the administration to the most recent hurricane disasters?
Well, I've been incredibly impressed with the ability of all the agencies to work together. I mean, when we're talking about these big storms coming in, every single agency gets together, the entire cabinet, and we talk about, you know, what our agency can do to facilitate recovery for the people.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.